Hey, what's up, everybody? Here we are, a minute with Stony Stone, and I am here with my sidekick,
Darren with Team Sift.
Darren with Team Sift. Wow, I'm gonna have to be producer again. Eric is still on vacation, which means I'm pulling double duty, trying to be a host, trying to do this camera thing. We were supposed to have a guest today, and I messaged them, reached out to them, and silence.
Oh,
What's up with that?
good.
It's no good.
No. Do we say their names then?
I didn't want to say their name, but we'll just let it go with that. Maybe I'll get a hold of them. They'll call in, or maybe I don't see them on. But anyway,
You never know.
I never know.
There's traffic,
Really a lot of traffic. So this weekend, we're gonna just jump right into it. This weekend was Clash of the Titans, and you guys probably saw the Facebook posts. And Old Farts Fishing fell to KYPOW. No surprise.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bad.
I even pulled in a ringer. I pulled in Darren to say, you know what, my back is fried. I need a little help here. And before you guys all freak out about, hey, that's cheating, whatever. I cleared it with with Ron Ladd.
Yep.
I cleared it with Chris, and here's what's going on. We only fished 4 rods. We didn't fish 6.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, it didn't matter.
No, it didn't matter at all. It didn't matter at all.
No.
I got some practice netting fish, though.
You did. Too. You did a great job netting fish. I did an okay job recording, but where I failed as the captain of the boat is getting us on the fish.
You didn't fail. We caught a couple fish. The fish just weren't where you thought they'd be. That's all.
Right. I had one job. One job is get on the fish, especially when Ron went to their spot and at the end they caught 17 fish, and it was a section of the lake that we were gonna go to that we didn't go to, and now you're like, man, I should have gone there.
Yeah, it happens. So
Yeah.
We took a gamble. It was kind of a unanimous decision too.
Yeah.
So we went down there and it just didn't work.
Yeah. So we gave it hell. We did our normal thing, hit our normal spots, and
the last spot we hit was just kind of a shitty spot.
It was a shitty spot, I gotta say. It definitely turned into that. So let me see here. I gotta admit people in. Ben Harper just joined here. Let me see. Joined. All right, there we go. I can see everybody. What's going on, everybody? Forgive me for our lack of focus today, or trying to just move things around. One big thing that happened personally today, I like to share a little personal stuff so people know. A lot of people know my back's been fried, and finally got a hold of the doctor today. And it's our California medical system sucks.
Yeah. It's not I don't think it's really the medical system. We just have too many fucking people in California and not enough doctors.
Yeah. So I'm probably 6 months out before I can even get a consultation on the next steps for surgery. So I did meet with the doctor and went over some different options. And as much as I hate to do this, but I may end up going this, I did a back injection. It didn't take. There's no pain relief. And so talking with the doctor today, the only option I have now, because surgery option is 6 months out, is they got to give me on those dreaded Norcos.
Yeah. I don't want to stay on those forever.
No.
They're no good.
But the challenge with the Norcos is because it's a narcotic, well, no more safety meetings.
You're definitely going to notice a difference. Hopefully it goes to the good side, not the bad side. He doesn't start going through withdrawals and, calling me an asshole and getting moody. And, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. So one of the caveats now with Narcos, everybody's concerned about you being an addict, is they're like, hey, we can give you a prescription, but in order to get that refill, you got to do a drug test. And if you come up with marijuana in your system, no more. So I am officially today, no more safety meetings, and just got to get my back healthy. And that's kind of the name of the game right now. So
yeah, got to do it.
And you got some pains going on too, Mr. Old Man.
I do. My back I've had surgery. I had surgery about 7-8 years ago now. I still have bouts of pain with my back, and I hate to say it, but with your boat, it's a little bit smaller. It's a little more bouncy, and
it's a standard issue boat, okay?
Yeah, it's standard. I compensate with my boat. I got a little bit bigger boat, so I can feel better about myself, you know. But yeah, it's definitely got a little pain today.
Yeah. So one thing that we posted out there is I'm going to talk a little bit about Mayhew Makers.
Yeah.
Is we I always say we. It's funny. I love saying we when it's actually Darren. Made this cool little skig that we saw on Warren's boat.
It was kind of a collaboration though between the both of us. We kind of discussed it. We figured it out. We made a template up, and that's what we kind of went with. It wasn't just all me.
Yeah.
So
we're beta testing this thing right now. We put it on. All I could say is it didn't negatively impact anything.
no.
We don't know if it made a difference in performance only because there was no wind.
Yeah. There was hardly any wind. I am going to make one for my boat, so that way when I go out, we can have dual testing going on and just see if either one of us notice a difference. You got a little bit smaller boat than I do, so maybe it makes a bigger difference on a bigger boat or a smaller boat. We'll have to check that out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're playing with a few different things here, and and the reason is, on my boat, when it gets really windy, when we're out there in Clear Lake and we're trolling at, 0.3, 0.5 miles an hour, is when that wind picks up, the boat just wants to go, left, right as it tries to find that GPS signal. When I put it on north to do the autopilot, it just wants to bounce. So it kind of, finds its way. It's because that wind is pushing. We feel with that skig being bigger, it's going to grab the water. It's going to hold this straight. In some reports we've gotten from other boaters who have it, it definitely works.
Right. Yeah, and that's just something we got to give it a shot. And even if it just keeps us straighter, not necessarily dead nuts arrow straight, if it helps with the wind. A lot of times on my boat, it's a little bit bigger, like I said. The wind will catch us and just kind of really push us off. And the way I have my motor set up right now, it wants to go straight back to that path and then move forward. Yeah. So, yeah.
The funny thing is, we ran it this weekend, posted a few pictures. I show a video of Darren, making it a few quick little cut. And I got so many people calling saying they want one when we haven't even got through protos yet.
But that's good. That's good. We can get them done. Get them done. Sure.
So coming soon, hopefully this week, is on oldfartsfishing.com. There will be a tab there that says Mayhew Makers, all the information, the bio, pictures of what he does, what Darren does. In fact, we're going to turn this into a little infomercial. So Darren, tell us a little bit about what Mayhew Makers does, what's going on there.
My wife came up with the name. She does a lot of art stuff. She does, she's got her what is it called? The CNC handheld router that she does some plaques. We did some plaques for one of the catfish bashes, and we did some awards for the Tule Creek bow fishing tournament that they had. But she can do a lot of different stuff, but she wanted to come up with a collaboration where we can intertwine her artwork and the things that she likes to do with the things I do with the welding and fabrication and all, just designing stuff. And it's one of my passions. I love welding. It's one of those things you can get instant gratification from when you do a good job on it.
Yeah.
And if you didn't do a good job on it, if you take pride in your work, you redo it.
Yeah.
Make it nice, make it something presentable. And that's one of my biggest things. If I'm going to do something for somebody, I want to do it right.
Yeah. So. And we took a few pictures of the ones on Warren's boat, and Warren gave me the contact that he did. Nothing against Warren's guy. I'm sure he does great work, but it's kind of hard when my boy is a welder, and I'm like, you know what? I think I got to try him out and help him grow and get his thing going, because we all want to be entrepreneurs. Darren's a good guy, and we're going to try this out. We either are going to be successful or
we're not.
We're not. That's it. It's either successful or not. But we're going to give it a hell of a run. I don't know shit about welding. That's his forte. But I do know a lot about marketing and growing. And, I had at least 3 phone calls a day with people saying, hey, what else does he do? I need this work on my boat. I need some welding. I need this. I need that. And I'm like, hey, I got you. I got the guy. And so tell us a little bit more about what you do when it comes to your welding and things like that.
Well, I can do aluminum. I do mostly spool gun. It's good, strong weld. As long as you take care of it, you take care of metal and you make sure it's nice and clean and prep everything real well, and it's a really strong weld. I've got the tower on my boat I've made myself.
I gotta take a shower and then
Um,
ice cream or something.
I can do aluminum. I can do a little bit of stainless steel taking. I made some bells for my nephew in Hawaii. They use a lot of bells when they're fishing in Hawaii off the rocks, but they're big cowbell type bells. So I've done those for them. So I can do some stainless steel. I've done some artwork stuff. I've done structural stuff for other people. Just depends on what you want. I mean, if you give me an idea, I can pretty much do it. And if I can't do it, I'm going to figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
So.
And the one thing we noticed a little different that we did with the skig on my boat as a proto is we made it to where you don't have to modify, you don't have to drill holes, you don't have to do anything. It's easily removable, it's easily put back on without having to drill into your skig. And he made a cool little pocket that the existing skig will fall. Am I even saying that right?
It's a skig or skag. One of the two.
I think skag and hag, and so skig.
It's funny because I looked it up on I asked Google, I said, what do they call the fin on the bottom of a surfboard? I figured they're going to say skag. They said, it's simply called a fin.
Simply called a fin. So I am definitely putting together some stuff to market this thing. We got a few names we were kicking around on it, and we have a name picked and a little bio and stuff. So watch for that to come out on Old Forest Fishing. But it's not just boat stuff that he does. What else do you do?
I do. We do all kinds of stuff. I've got my own handheld little plasma. Looking at maybe hopefully getting a little plasma table eventually, so we can do more precision cuts and stuff like that. But I can cut stuff with plasma. I've got TIG welders. I've got MIG welders. I've got dual shield, stick, whatever you want. We can figure it out.
Yeah. So I had a buddy of mine said, have you ever thought about doing 3D printing for this design? And I'm like, I don't know. I haven't really looked into it, but it could be a possibility of buying a 3D printer and making some stuff via 3D printing. But
yeah, you never know. Never know.
I mean, some lightweight. I don't even know with 3D printing. Does it have to be plastic? Can it be metal? Can it be? I mean, I don't know anything about 3D
I've
printing.
actually seen a thing on Mythbusters.
Okay.
They made a complete Iron Man suit out of titanium with a 3D printer.
Wow.
That's pretty neat.
I'm telling you, with 3D printing and AI and all this crazy stuff, I don't even know where the world's going. Can I 3D print a boat?
You possibly can, but it's probably going to cost you a little more than just going out and buying one. Yeah.
So we fell. I think I sent Chris the little chart today showing the kind of the brackets of where everybody is on the Clash of the Titans. They're coming up. I have to look up the date. I don't know when their tournament is, but there's one more tournament for Clash of the Titans, and then it is championship. We'll see who made the transfer. Now, the one thing that I learned, and I called Chris on it and said, I was told by another team that the championship for Clash of the Titans may not even be at Clear Lake. It's on a totally different lake.
Yeah, that's if I remember correctly. Basically, the 5 teams that are going to go into the championship, each one of them gets to pick a lake that they want to fish on, and they throw it into the hat and they pick a name out.
So if everybody picks Clear Lake, then I guess it's Clear Lake.
But I mean, if you think about it, I mean, I can't remember Judith and her husband.
Oh,
could be down.
They're down south,
could
right?
Be down south. Who knows?
Yeah.
It could be anywhere.
So not anything I have to worry about because I didn't make it.
Yeah.
So we'll see where it goes. But it's kind of, and I didn't call Chris out and say, hey, what happened? It's like, I told you. I'm like, I'm not saying you didn't tell me. I'm just saying I didn't remember.
Well, you got to take account for the safety meeting.
This is true. So one of two things, or a few things, going to happen now that there isn't any more safety meetings at the moment. Either my creativity is going to go way down, and you're going to see that, or it's not. I don't know, but definitely I see a few comments stay up to the drugs stuff. And I agree. I do not want to be on narcos, but this pain is so bad right now. We've tried everything under the sun. My last ditch effort is the injection clinic is they're supposed to call me this week. If I can get back in and try another injection and see if that's going to make this pain go away, then no need for Norcos. I'm basically trying to buy 6 months to be with no pain so I can function, because this pain is
That's no fun. That's no fun. I'm looking at, I put into my doctor today to get a referral to a pain management doctor, because last time my back acted up, as you know, was about a month ago, and I was in the ER, because it was just so painful. I ended up missing the catfish bash at Mendocino because of my back.
You didn't miss much. You didn't miss much at all.
It still would have been nice to be there because I paid for it.
This is true. Your wallet's a little light.
Yeah, I donated that time. So.
No, but some history. I mean, I hurt my back in motorcycle accidents and stuff, and just beat my body up. And there was a point in my life where I was literally on probably 10 Vicodin a day for about 3 years, and definitely not going down that road again. Know enough, a little bit older, to recognize the signs, and I got out of that real quick. I was able to go cold turkey and kind of switch things up to the medical marijuana thing at the time, because it wasn't legal back then. But honestly, if you use it right, it definitely works, and it's helped for a long time. But this pain now, it's so severe that I think that the marijuana that I do now it makes it so you just don't care. It doesn't help the pain. You just don't care.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But enough of that. Enough about this old man getting sore and stuff. So Clash of the Titans, we finished that up. We didn't do well. The other thing, Richard announced his the Catfish Classic that's coming out. I think it's the Channel Cat Classic, the Triple C. But one thing I was thinking is that it should be the California Channel Cat Classic. Put a 4 C's in there.
4 C's.
Yeah.
But then somebody might get confused with the Four Seasons Hotel.
They could, but the only reason why I think they need to throw California in there is if you're going to go out of state and you're going to pull some of these things in, I think it's key to be California on the map type of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
The other thing,
on the award, it'll say California. That way
right.
the person back east goes, hey, look, I went to California and beat all them California boys' ass.
Yeah.
Hopefully not, but.
So the other thing I'm going to bring up to Richard is one way to get the visibility back east or outside of California is joining the ACA.
What is the ACA?
Glad you asked. The ACA is the American Catfish Association, and they're huge outside of California. And the good thing with them is there's lots of benefits, lots of things. And what happens with the ACA is when you enter into a season and you're an ACA sanctioned tournament, you actually get thrown into a drawing to win a boat.
Oh, nice. How do you get into that?
You just got to go on the line and fill out an application, and you'll connect you with somebody. I did that when I did my championship tournament out in Lake Berryessa. We did the California championship, and I joined the ACA. We were sanctioned by ACA. So in there, I say, hey, you have a chance to win a boat.
Is that just for tournament directors now? Or is that anybody can join that?
Anybody can join the ACA as a member. And it's kind of cool. You get discounts and other things going on there. It's something definitely to look into. But as a tournament director, I think there's some definite advantages to be part of the ACA to help promote your events.
Yeah. And put you in touch with people that have done this for a long time.
Absolutely. I mean, we're doing, I know Jake and I don't think we're in a position that makes sense to do the ACA because it is a small one-day tournament. I don't feel we're going to get a lot of people to come from out of the state to do a one-day thing.
Oh, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah, I know you did.
They're going to get tired of seeing us California boys, and they're going to be like, we got to go shut them up.
Well, it's kind of hard too, as we're doing these channel cats, and yeah, you can catch some 20-pounders, maybe even a 30-pounder in these tournaments if you're Herb and you can get a big fish.
Yeah.
But to be honest, it's going to be some big money that's going to bring these guys from out of state.
Or just bragging rights. I mean, like I said, they got to get tired of us. They get tired of hearing about California on the news. That's why they live back east.
Yeah, but Richard's pulling in at $8,000, $8,000 first place prize guaranteed. So Richard's told me is that if you get 10 boats that and it's still going to be $8,000.
Well, I'm joining. I'm in. I'm all in. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
So, and people are like, well, how
I'm
can you do?
challenging everybody else out there that does a catfish batch to do it as well. And see if you can get one person besides yourself or the people that are normally in the batch joining it too.
Yeah.
Throwing that challenge out there.
Yeah, so it's going to be a big deal. I mean, we're all in. We're supporting it. We can't wait to see what's happening. And I think the bash we've got. If I had a last look, we got 18 teams now registered.
Nice.
So people are still trickling in. It's only what 4 weeks away.
Yeah.
I think before the next bash.
Yep.
So it's coming up quick. It was a pretty tight schedule, but hopefully we see a lot of these faces. I don't even know if Ken's going to be there in the next one. Ken's unmuted. I don't know if he unmuted because he wants something to say or what. What's up, Ken? No, he's probably muted himself somewhere else.
Oh, there he comes. Thank you, Ken.
I always got something to say.
You always do, Mr. Retired Man.
But yes, I will be at the next bash.
Oh, very nice.
Good. I haven't seen you since the ISC show. You're trying to sell me a boat.
Buy mine.
No, he's gonna buy mine, Ken.
Yeah, you buy mine.
Oh, what do you got? That might work.
Have you seen? I don't think you've seen Ken's boat.
I don't think I have.
Ken, tell him about your boat.
Yeah, 2018 20-foot Duckworth hardtop.
Okay. Well, see, if I'm going to sell my boat, I want to go up a little bit in size. I've got a 20-foot River Hawk, so
Gotcha.
it's a soft top, but I want to go up at least 2 feet.
Yeah, it's going to be up for sale. If we don't qualify in August the championship, it's up for sale.
Okay.
Choices.
Yeah, hardtop won't fit in your garage though.
But I was at your house this weekend working on my boat, and you got a little bit of space there. I can already work a deal. You're only like 15 minutes away, so I'm thinking I'll just keep it at Darren's house.
That's a possibility. There's always space for rent.
Space for rent, yeah. No, that's a hard problem to have. You're always looking at the next boat.
Yeah.
Always looking at the next boat.
Yep. They're addicting.
I do have some bad news.
Uh-oh. What is that?
I'm in more of a catfish scene than most people here with people back east. You're not going to pull anybody from back east unless you got 5-figure first place guarantee spot.
Say that again?
You're going to need at least $10,000 plus guaranteed first place to pull any team from out of state, at least a couple states over, to come to California to fish.
Well, Richard's got 8,000, so maybe he can pull in another 2 somehow and get that to 10,000. Then we'll see what happens.
I talked to quite a few of the teams back there. I'm friends with them and everything. Now I've talked to them, and pretty much everybody agrees for them to come. Especially, I mean, you're back east. You're talking about Alabama, Oklahoma. They're not going to come in California for $8,000.
Yeah, it's going to cost some money to get here and entry fee and everything else. So
yeah, it's going to cost you 5 figures to get teams to draw teams into California.
but at the same time, beating a California crew's got to be worth some money. I mean, you know, they could say, hey, we came home with $8,000, but we shut Stoney up.
Yeah, but the problem is you have so many tournaments back there that are $50,000, $100,000 first place guaranteed. They're not going to waste the money coming here to fish a 1-2 day tournament when they have so many tournaments back there that are paying $25,000, $50,000. They got one coming up, $100,000 guaranteed first place.
Well, and they're also
maybe we're going to travel.
no shit. But they're also going for some big old fish. I mean, they're going for those blues that are gigantic. So yeah,
that would be fun.
That's on my bucket list, though, is to definitely go back east, and I feel pretty good. I can pull. Ken, are they 3-man teams back then too?
No, they're allowed up to 8 rods at however many people. Most people only fish. Their rod back there is unlimited.
Oh wow!
But as far as their teams, is it capped at 3, or you can have more?
No, usually they only have 2.
Two?
2-man teams.
But most, I mean, lot of them do 3, but some do 2. Most of the time you see 2, but there are 3-man teams, but most people do 2. But yeah, remember, when they're not fishing tournaments, they're fishing 15 rods. So it's not, it's not new to them.
Yeah.
Definitely a different type of fishing, and something I definitely want to do at some point. So Anthony gets some time off so we can go.
We have blues in California, don't you?
Where?
Down south.
But which lake?
There's 3 lakes, and I can't think of them off the top of my hand. One of them was closed for 10 years while they raised the dam. And it just opened up, I'm going to say 7, 8 years ago. I just can't think. I'll text you the state. There's like 3 lakes down there, down by LA, that's got blues.
Well, I think LA is a lot closer than going back somewhere. So, Darren, we want to try that out.
I don't know. Back east is a lot prettier than LA, though.
Yes.
Well, I'm thinking this is why I shaved, right? I shaved because I thought we were going to go to LA, and I just didn't want to deal with getting deported.
Could happen. Still could happen. I mean, hell.
Since
They
you're
got
not,
drop boxes everywhere down there.
since you're not having a safety meeting anymore, tell the truth. The reason why you shaved is your wife told you to shave. And happy wife is happy life. Let's be honest here. Well, all old farts here. Let's be honest.
What's funny is off the record, or since on the record as being on podcast, but Ken and I have a lot of conversations outside of Facebook and what have you, and I can't pull shit over Ken. He knows. He calls my bullshit all the time, and he's spot on. So good job, Ken.
Yep. Tell the truth though. What happened?
What do you mean? What happened?
Why did you shave?
Okay, so my wife doesn't like facial hair, and so I'm like, I'm gonna try this out. I couldn't grow facial hair for the life of me. I used to be able to go like 3 weeks, and you'd barely even tell. And as I started getting older, I could actually start growing a little bit of facial hair. I'm like, I'm gonna grow this and see if I can get it to fill in.
Yep.
And it had been about 3 weeks, and it was starting to get there, but it was itchier and itchy and itchy, and so my out was every day like, so are you tired of it yet? Are you tired of it yet? But it was really me that was tired of it.
Okay, now we know the truth.
Yeah.
Now we know the rest of the story.
So when she said, yeah, I'm tired, I'm like, perfect, I want to go shave. But she definitely wasn't digging it, and but
Okay.
I'm not as sexy as you. Look, you got a nice beard and no hair on your head.
No lips, that's why I grow facial hair.
Or no chin. What is it? You have no chin, right?
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen it in a long time.
So it's kind of weird. Is I don't have a whole lot to talk about today. We got our butts kicked in Clash of the Titans.
We got the bash coming up.
We got the bash coming up.
What are we gonna do different?
We got a few things we're going to be trying out. I definitely want to get back out to Clear Lake a couple more times before then.
I see me getting out there at least one time. I don't know about a couple times, but I curse myself if I go there the week before, because if I do great, then I do shitty during the tournament. So I figure if I just don't go the week before, I stand better odds.
Well, and I think that's one reason why we ended up in fourth place a little bit is we didn't do a lot of pre-fishing. We didn't go up ahead. We went and we scouted some spots the day before, but we didn't really fish a lot.
Yeah.
We just moved around. We scanned a lot. We did fish.
Yeah.
But it wasn't fishing necessarily to catch fish, so that makes sense. It was just more about, hey, if we're doing this, we might as well throw something out. And we didn't do well at all. So I'm figuring, perfect. We didn't do well, which means we're going to do good in the tournament. And we did. So.
Yeah. And we did that.
Yes, sir.
One lake is Lower Otay, and the other lake is San Vicente Reservoir.
San Vicente? Okay. I've heard of San Vicente.
Well, the 2 lakes in California that has blues.
Well, it's good to know. I'm going to have to remember that. And we'll have to plan, maybe we just plan a trip on a weekend with a bunch of guys that just kind of go out there and have some fun. And, I always like the safety in numbers thing, especially going to a new place. I like going with other people. In fact, that's one thing I like to do on the weekends is when I go fishing, either call Darren or what have you, is just I like to go with more than just myself because it's just, I don't know. One was I like the camaraderie. The other is I just like feeling safe. If something goes wrong, something's there, you got somebody with you, especially that far away. It's always good to have somebody that's going to have your back if something goes down.
Yeah, especially when you don't know how to do shit.
It's just true because when I make that phone call, you're just right there. I don't have to you have to drive on an emergency. It's like, oh, he's already there. Well, so one thing is we're on the way home from Clear Lake, and I meet Anthony halfway, pick him up, and then we continue, and then reverse it, right? So we're driving home. Darren and I are driving home, and he says, I just realized something. He says, you're just the captain of the boat. Anthony really owns the boat.
He's the one that catches all the fish.
And I started thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? I bought the boat. I drive the boat, but Anthony, it's really Anthony's boat.
Yep. Yeah, because I didn't even catch a fish. Anthony caught all the fish. He's a good fisherman.
No, well, I'm not stupid.
He's on it.
Everything I do, even my photography business, I'm like, I can run a business. I'm not the greatest photographer, but you know what? I'll find the talent. Comedy shows, I wasn't a good comedian, but I produced the hell of a comedy show and I pulled in the talent.
I can attest for that. I went and seen a couple of the shows.
And now I'm retired from that. So
Yep.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Anthony's a great guy. I love having him on the boat. It's a great friendship, and I love the camaraderie that we have with Team Sift, and it's good stuff.
Good times.
So let's see. I'm going to look at comments here. I'm kind of looking at, like I said, I'm doing double duty as I'm producerless. Ben Harper, 100,000 I would cheat. Yeah, you would. You'd end up at the bottom of a freaking lake too, right? Let me see. Not going to put the. All right, I'm just reading stuff here, guys.
You gotta have small weights though to shoot.
Small weights. Warren Benante Spine Institute. Yeah, I'm definitely checking out. The one thing bad with me is I have that the K word, Kaiser. Yeah, I have Kaiser. So I've heard horror stories, but I am a Kaiser baby. Been around Kaiser a long time, and
I'm with Sutter, and it's just as bad. So
yeah. So just I noticed, I don't care what hospital you go to, you have to be your own advocate, and you have to push, and you have to push. And we experienced this with my wife having cancer, and doctors are overworked, and a lot of people they got to support, but you got to take control of your own shit and be on them. And that's kind of what I'm doing now, is just getting on my doctors and say, look, let's get this fixed. So
yeah, you got to tell them what you want, and it's just a business now. They don't care about making you better. I hate to say it, but that's just the world we live in now. Everything's a business and about the almighty dollar.
Yeah, and they just want to give you pills, until it comes to narcos. They don't want to give you any of those anymore. And you got to play hell to get them. And then when you do get them, there's lots of controls, which is good for some people who don't know how to deal with stuff.
Yeah,
So
it is good for certain people, but then it also harms a lot of people. There's a lot of people that need it that can't jump through the hoops they want you to jump through. So it makes it really difficult.
Warren, Oklahoma, 7 rods per person.
Oh wow! That's a lot of rods.
When we go on the boat, we have a hard time managing 4 rods, let alone 7.
Well, it just gives me an excuse to go buy more fishing poles.
But you need to find yourself a sugar daddy that buys you fishing poles all the time.
Well, that's why I'm here. You think I was doing this for free? Come on now.
Yes, sir.
This is for Darren. I just happened to be selling like 30 rods Saturday at a fishing garage sale at my house.
Where do you live at?
Vacaville.
Huh.
Vacaville is only about, depending on how fast you drive, 45 minutes to an hour from here. What time's your garage sale?
It started about 9 to about noon.
Okay.
I got 30 rods. I got a couple of tackle boxes. I got a bunch of salmon gear I'm getting rid of. I'm basically blowing everything out for my move to Idaho next spring.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Anthony, what are you doing on Saturday? I think we have a road trip. Darren, let's go all crash Ken's house. You got to text us the address, or you can tell us it's here, and everybody will show up in the world. The 5 people that watch this podcast will show up.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I'd drive down to Bagwell to see
Yeah.
Ken and buy some
For
of Ken's
sure.
old stuff.
Yep. Heck yeah.
Click on my thing on Facebook. I got a list of all the rods.
Okay.
You know, I need another rod like I need another hole in the head. But hey,
You never know. There might be that one that just speaks to you. That says, take me.
Just take me home, please.
Yep.
But all right, this weekend, or no, this not even this weekend. Wednesday. Wednesday is the salmon opener. First time in what, 3 years?
3 or 2 years?
3 years.
3 years? Okay. 3 years.
3 years. I am going out. Anthony and I are going out, and then Daniel Fountain is supposed to be coming out. We'll be fishing with Kevin Brock on Wednesday out of the outlet, and I'm kind of curious to see what the outlet's going to look like.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bad house.
Yep.
Yeah, I know Kevin is going up tomorrow night, and he's
Okay.
actually launching his boat tomorrow night, and is sleeping on his boat to get the spot he wants. And
Who that spot is.
Yep.
we're gonna see how that goes. So at bright and early, he told me to be at the ramp at 4:20.
There you go. You better
Okay.
be.
You use that term ramp very loosely. It's a D9 cat that cut a dirt thing off the bank.
It is a very interesting ramp. It's rough. It's got these little square cinder block things that are laid in there that were the ramp that you go. It's not. It's if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to be in trouble. That's all I got to say.
Okay.
It's rough. It is definitely rough.
Well, I'll be working. Damn it.
Well, the thing is, talking to Kevin, he says, "Look," and Kevin's been fishing that outlet probably for the last 6 weeks now. Now we're like, how was he salmon fishing for the last 6 weeks?
Right.
Right. But he had a great deal with DWR. He's been working with them, and he's been fishing with them on the boat with special permits to tag salmon.
Okay.
So they're going in their tag. So he already has a scoop of how many salmon are there. Is there a lot? Is this going on? And he says the numbers look really good. The big thing is going to be the water flow. So whatever they're doing with the water flow, if they keep the flows up and the water temperature and stuff like that, the salmon are going to be there. And he's saying if we don't catch anything by about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, it's pretty much done. There isn't going to be any fish.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still a little jealous because by 9 or 10 o'clock, I'm just starting my work day and been there a couple hours and I still got hours to go. I can't just pull up anchor and leave.
I know, right?
I wish I could, but they won't let me.
Yeah, so we're gonna give it hell and see what happens and see if we can get on some fish and it'll be a blast. I'm definitely bringing a ton of camera equipment, probably bringing a drone, and I want to get the drone to just show people how much of a shit show it is, or it's gonna be great. Now, the one thing is that Kevin's no rookie at this stuff. He's been doing a lot of years and fishes the out in the Rogue River, doing the salmon stuff up there at Gold Beach. In fact, Anthony, myself, Warren, David, I got another David Mayo, and I have a client of mine that's going with us, but we're going to go fishing with him on the 11th out there, which is kind of sucky because the bash was supposed to be on the 6th, got pushed out with some permitting issues. They pushed our tournament out, which is the same weekend I'm going to Gold Beach.
Yeah, it was supposed to actually be the 2nd, wasn't it?
Yep.
And now it's the 9th.
Now it's the 9th. So we are going to Clear Lake and we are going to fish for catfish on Saturday, leave the Airbnb nice and early on Sunday, take the boat to Anthony's house, and then hit the road to Oregon and hopefully be home by Tuesday.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
It'll be fun up there in Gold Beach, so it's beautiful up there though. It's nice. A lot cooler.
Yeah. Last time we did that, we spent 2 days up there, and the first day we fished with Kevin. The second day we went and took one of those rogue jet rides up the river.
That would be fun.
And we got some video on my YouTube channel of that. That was a blast going up there and doing some little donuts and stuff with the rogue jet boat. What was interesting is as we were going, he's just still in the channel, and we were going upriver, and he's showing us this little dock thing, and apparently the water level must have dropped a little bit or something, and there was a big ass rock that the boat hit. It got high centered on.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary.
It was sketch for a minute because he high centered. Everybody on the boat's like, what the hell happened? And these aren't small boats. These are wide. They fit like 10 people across, and they had like 8 rows of seats. So they're big boats. And he had that thing high centered and trying to get it off. And now I'm thinking, did he rip? Because there's a subfloor and all this stuff underneath. Did he rip a hole in the bottom of this boat? And they had to sit there.
Sink.
Right. They had to sit there for a little bit and open some hatch and look underneath to make sure it was dry and that there was no holes in the boat. And everything checked out, and we went upriver, and we are here to talk about it today. So we all survived.
That's
but
good.
Beautiful scenery, saw a lot of wildlife, some bears and deer, and just all kinds of cool stuff. It was awesome.
You see any tigers?
I did not see any
No
tigers.
lions and tigers and bears? No lions?
No, just some bears and no lions.
But we did get to see some eagles this weekend, though.
We did. We saw
That
quite
was
a few
pretty cool.
eagles.
That was pretty cool.
I was hoping we could like throw some food up so we come down and take it, but
We didn't catch any
we
food.
didn't catch any food. And I wasn't throwing bait up there to see them.
Not that early in the day.
But yeah, salmon starts on Wednesday, and we're gonna see how it goes. And
Yeah, you'll have to let me know because that'll be the determining factor for me if I want to try it. My wife wants to catch a big salmon. She caught one that was like I'm gonna say kokanee size when we were up in the Gold Beach. I think it was 2 years ago we were up there. She caught a little salmon. That was her first one she's ever caught, and she loves to eat salmon. I don't, but I'd love to see my wife get hooked into a big old salmon, and she'd enjoy it. Definitely enjoy it.
the one thing I'm waiting to see is once this thing opens up is I believe you can fish all the way down to at least I don't know where the boundary lines are 100%, but I know like Boyd's Pump out there in Yuba City is a bigger ramp, bigger parking lot, a little bit wider there. And I'm waiting to see reports of people catching things at Boyd's Pump, and if they are, that's the place that personally I would go.
Right.
I know I can get a prop boat in there pretty easily and not have a lot of issues. We used to run that, in 2 years ago. Actually, when I met Anthony, we were out there, and we're down to 99 Bridge is what Warren's saying is Highway 99 Bridge. But I had my smaller boat out there, so I feel comfortable. It's pretty wide. I don't think we'll have a lot of issues. So if people are catching, that might be a place that we end up going to hit to see if we can get some salmon ourselves. So
Okay.
something we got to plan to do, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Your boat, my boat. I know you like your boat better. It's a little bigger.
A little bigger. Just a little more room.
Yeah, yes, sir.
McCallum River is Highway 12 and above.
Okay.
Hey, Warren's offering his boat.
Ah,
I think we do a party on Warren's boat. There you go.
that might be fun.
I did. I went with Warren and Kevin. We went out to Buller's Bar a few weeks back on Warren's boat, and that was a blast. We had a good time.
Might have to check that out. I have to find something.
Warren was great going with Warren. The personal challenge I have is going to Buller's Bar. I've done a few kokanee fishing trips, and after you go catch catfish that are 10, 12, 20 pound catfish, it got a little hard for me to get excited about these tiny little kokanee.
Yeah. It's trout fishing, really.
It is, but if you like to eat fish,
if that's what you like, that's what you like.
Yeah.
I would like to try it. I haven't tried it. You got to try it.
Have you gone to Buller's Bar?
I went to Bullard's Bar one time just on a houseboat and a jet ski one time with my son years ago on his birthday, but I've never fished it.
Well, I definitely know a guy that knows Buller's Bar really well,
Okay.
Warren. We can probably arrange to go out with Warren one time and
Okay.
have some fun out there. And you got to go check out Warren's page
Yeah.
and see all his kokanee stuff and those guys with David and Warren and all the videos. They really like watching their videos. They're really cool to watch.
I just like to watch Warren because obviously he knows something we don't because he's really doing good with this catfishing and he's only done it a few times. I mean, so he's got to know something from the kokanee to the catfish. Maybe just learn something.
Yeah, and if you haven't ever met Warren, I mean, you'll see this guy. He's just a big teddy bear. That's all I'm gonna say.
He's a great guy.
Friendly, great, very well mannered. Just he's just a cool guy, and that's the thing I like about the catfishing thing that we're doing is we're getting a lot of these guys coming in, new guys, new blood. You got Ben Harper that is putting in the work, calling into podcasts and really diving in to the whole scene, and we're doing our best to clean house. Not to have a downer on things, but we've banned a few people for their behavior and things that are going on, and we're going to continue that trend. If people don't want to get their act together and make this fun for everybody, we'll just put you on the sideline and say goodbye.
Yeah. I mean, it's too many family affairs. You got kids down there on the dock that want to see what we do, and that's the next generation.
Yeah.
Want to see people acting a fool, go somewhere else.
Yeah. And I've already had people reach out to me wanting to know, particulars on, who's been banned, and I don't give them a lot, but the last action we've taken, we lost one person, but I've gained at least 3 or 4 people that said, yeah, I'm going to go fish this now.
Yeah, makes a difference.
Yeah.
Definitely makes a difference.
So just PSA, public service announcements, don't act a fool or you'll be sitting the sideline. It's just no nonsense. We're going to just make this fun for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out on fire.
You're going to do what?
I'm going out on fire. I've been a nice guy all my life. Well, guess what? My last tournament, look out.
Kids all, you know what? I'm going to cause a ruckus. We're just going to tear it up. Go ahead and ban me. I'm leaving the state.
You run 150 feet back. I'm coming behind you and cutting all your line. I'll make sure you guys, nobody catches fish.
That's awesome. I'm going to have to get you one of these blades on your trolling motor.
I had one. I took it off.
What's that?
I had one. I took it off.
Oh, well, it wasn't sharp, though.
Yeah, he wants to make a sharp one, so he just cut those lines all as he goes through.
I have 20-ounce sinkers in the back with treble hooks. 5 behind everybody, hook everybody's line. And I'll get game dragons. I'll get whisker whips. I'll get planer boards, and come back home and sell them.
There you go. Have another garage sale. Now you're making me double think this garage sale. How much of that stuff is that?
Oh man.
Yeah. Good times.
I'm looking at the time, man. This minute. I mean, I feel like we're lagging a little bit, but it's time's flying.
Yeah.
So I just want to open this up right now to a question. I see a lot of comments. A lot of people like to type in the comments here. Anthony's been lighting me up with all kinds of comments. Anybody online want to actually get on and talk to us in person? Ben Harper, I know you always got something to say. Ben always likes commenting on my stuff on Facebook. If you guys noticed, I posted. We went to Swabbies on the river.
Yes, good times.
We went to Swabbies on the river and
listen to some live music.
It was very interesting to say the least.
Yeah, it always is, though. I mean, it was good times, though. I had fun.
That is the best place.
What's that?
That's the best place to hang out on the river.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you guys watch me on Facebook, I made a bunch of funny videos of some people dancing, and that definitely wasn't the music they were dancing to. I just had to put some different music and make fun of it. But the one thing that was the most shocking of the night was the guy wearing a life jacket.
Yep. And he didn't come from the water. He did not come up the boat dock.
Yeah, the guy's rocking out, and he had shorts on and a life jacket and no shirt, and it was like, I wonder if they told him no shirt, no service, so he just threw on a life jacket.
Yep. Yeah.
Did you guys eat there?
Yes, we did.
What do you guys have?
My wife had the fish tacos, and I had the pulled pork tacos, and I think Stoney and his wife had a burger and fries.
Gotta try the sampler plate.
Okay. But just don't drink their old fashions.
Oh my God. We went there and I looked at doing old fashioned. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to wait and see what Darren's old fashioned looks like. And it definitely looked just like the one we ordered at Gold Beach.
Yeah. Not good.
Not good. When they make an old fashioned and they put in that Montalcino sherry in there
Yeah.
that they put in a Shirley Temple, you know the old fashioned is wrong.
On a freaking Sunday or.
When the color comes out and it's more like cherry, and I don't know, it's just a weird color. You can tell when it comes out. The color's wrong, and I've become a huge old fashioned snob. Is all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everything else, the food was great.
Food was amazing, and you know who can make a great old fashioned now is Anthony.
Yeah.
He's come to my house and we made a few, and we're at the Clear Lake the last tournament, and we're just sitting there. We didn't have the wives there. It was just me and Anthony in the Airbnb by ourselves. You know, we usually have a lot of people there, and it was just us two in this 3-bedroom Airbnb. And he said, "Oh, son, I got something." He pulls out and starts making old fashioned. I'm like, "Oh yeah, there you go."
But did he serve the old fashions with chocolate donuts?
He did not serve it with no more chocolate donuts for me. There is a story there. When we'll one day, no more chocolate donuts. We cannot have chocolate donuts.
No more chocolate donuts on the boat.
The only thing I could say is do not fish at Bass Alley for a while. It's just not going to be good.
It's kind of a shitty fishing spot right now.
We definitely blew that spot up. You definitely don't want to go there for a while. Stick to rattlesnake or anywhere but.
How bad was the bloom?
Yeah.
The bloom the bloom was pretty bad.
Yeah, not the blooming onion.
You had to be there. Well, to fill you in on the. But the bloom
was getting pretty bad out there. There were some really good dark spots. I mean, if you see in the video, you can see how green the water was. It was very.
Yeah, but is the stuff starting to float real thick?
Not super bad.
Okay, I don't mind the color. It's just when that stuff starts floating.
Yeah, it's not as bad as I've seen it before. You know, a few years back when the water level was really, really low. Where shit's getting stuck in your props and that witch's hairy stuff that just kind of gets wrapped around everything. It's not anything like that right now.
Yeah. It was worse down there at Bass Alley where the wind blows it all kind of down to that end of the lake. I'm sure Rattlesnake was probably about the same because the wind blows it into there too. But wasn't terrible.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. So I'm at a lack of things to talk about tonight.
Well, this might be the first sign.
The first sign of
safety meetings are not in existence anymore. Stoney not talking as much.
Yeah, like I said, people handle their vices all a little different, and there's a lot of people that can't handle their marijuana and screw up. For me, it's going to be interesting just because it's a huge creative outlet for me for my photography business, video editing, all kinds of things. For me, it works.
Yep.
So it's going to be an interesting month, to say the least, to see what goes on. So bear with me.
Yes. I can't do it. I get stuck on stupid, so I stick to the bourbon. Start drinking beer, I gotta go to the bathroom too much, so.
Yeah. Ben wants to know, did we see schools of shad? At this time of year, we didn't see a whole lot of schools of anything.
I think we seen 2 bait balls. That was about it.
Yeah.
And they weren't big ones. They weren't big, huge bait balls like we used to see in the fall.
So not a whole lot of things schooling up. Anthony, thick shad schools everywhere. Was Anthony on a different boat?
He must have been. Unless he's talking about that other school.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's a lot of, he's just pulling our chain. And we always provide, the internet is a great wealth of information. It's not always accurate information, but it's information.
But it's always true.
It's always
because it's the internet and everything's on the internet. It's true, right?
That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yep.
I think I got one more week of no producer, doing the control board and all the cameras and all that stuff. And I can't wait to have Eric back only because it means I have to go work.
Yep.
I've got to go shoot photos and deal with customers and stuff. And I realize it's kind of a double-edged sword because I love having photographers out there doing all the work and I do the edits and all that things. But you know, it's nice to get back out there, reconnect with customers, and you're kind of disconnecting from customers when you show up on a shoot and they say, "Are you new?" So it's definitely been good to get back into the scene and connecting with people, and it's just can't lose sight of the personal connection you have with your clients. So
Yep.
I don't know. I ain't got a whole lot more to say. I've been looking here at comments to definitely try to address everybody's comments of what they're saying, and we have a handful of people on, and appreciate you putting up with us every week, and hopefully you find stuff informative. And if you're interested in being a guest, or if you know somebody that wants to be a guest, give them our information. We'd love to get you on. And it's always more fun when you have a guest.
Yep.
So if you're a small business owner, you know who I need to get in the studio on here is Anthony.
Yeah.
You know, Anthony is it's different, you know, when you're on the phone or here, but definitely being in the studio definitely makes a big difference. And so I just got to convince Anthony to come down here on a Monday night and talk about his business and what he does, and get to know. I love for people to get to know each other outside of fishing.
Yeah.
So any of you guys that are on there, you want to come in and shoot the shit in person, and
For sure.
just that's great. Let's do it.
Yep. For sure. I always like meeting new people in person.
Yes, sir. So I don't know. Like I say, I'm dragging on here 5 more minutes. There's a little story I like to tell, and I haven't told in a while, is how Darren and I met. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one.
So it is a good story, and it's funny is when I would tell the story of how I met Darren, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit of the story I had, and then Darren's gonna fill in what really happened on his side. So you know, Darren, along I don't know, it's been what, a year maybe, a little honger.
No, 2 years.
2 years.
2
Holy
years in August.
So 2 years ago, I get a call or a message on Facebook from this guy, Darren. I didn't know who he was. And he's out at Clear Lake fishing, and he's like, "Hey, I'm having a struggle out here. We're not catching any fish, and we want a little guidance on what to do." Right?
Yeah, it was our first trip to Clear Lake to go catch catfish.
Yeah. So he reached out. I gave him a few things. Said, "Hey, try this, try that. Go here." Sent him a few pin drops, and about 10-15 minutes later, I get a picture of a big old catfish he got.
Yep. Not me. My wife.
Oh.
My wife caught it.
This is true. Your wife catches most of the fish. Just like Anthony coaches most of the fish, your wife catches most of the fish.
Yep. Sure.
But I felt good because I was like, wow, I actually know a little bit of something. I was able to help somebody out, and they got some fish, and
It worked out great. We had a great time that day. I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
It was fun.
So a few weeks had gone by, and I'm like, wow, it was kind of cool. Don't know this guy. Then I'm out at Knight's Landing. And that morning, you know, I was switching out props, and he's ordered a brand new prop, and we put it on the ramp in the dark. First mistake, but we put it on in the dark.
Yep.
And
Can't do that.
we get out in a little channel, and the boat sounded weird. The engine sounded kind of like something was catching, and it was making this weird, like high pitched noise, like it was binding up. And then it just went away, and I was like, oh, cool, it went away. So we get into the channel, we fly upriver, and we're just going. I'm like, wow, there's so much more top end on this. The boat's hauling ass down the river, until it wasn't. All of a sudden you hear this weird noise and high rev. The engine starts revving high, and I put it in neutral, and I put it back in gear, and the boat won't go. It won't go. No. I'm like, it's motor's on, everything's going, it won't go. I lift the engine up out of the water, and there's no prop. The prop fell off. So I'm like, no problem. We're upriver. Right. I can always just drift downriver. So cool. Let's drop the trolling motor, and we'll just troll around and use that to control the boat. Well, I dropped the trolling motor for whatever reason. Battery's dead. There's no power in the trolling motor.
Yep.
So now we're literally dead in the water. I'm like, no worries. We're still upriver. We can just drift down if we had to. So I end up taking and throwing the anchor. Yep. So we're on one side of the river. We throw the anchor out, and I see boat after boat after boat go by, and I'm thinking at some point I probably need to flag one of these guys down. So I'm like, yeah, it's still early. We're just gonna drop the anchor.
And try to fish. Were you guys fishing?
We were trying to fish. We were fishing for striper. All of a sudden, I see this green boat come up the river, and he anchors right across from where we are. And I'm thinking, who the fuck is this dipshit that's anchored up right across from me? Got this whole river, and he's got to go right across from us.
Yep.
And what were you saying?
Them dipshits, they don't know what the hell they're doing. There ain't no fish on that side of the river. But actually, when we pulled into the parking lot that morning, my buddy Chad says, "Hey, there's that old farts truck." And I thought, "Oh wow, that's kind of cool." I told Chad, I said it'd be really cool to run into these guys and actually thank them in person for giving us that information they gave us when we were up there catfishing. He said, "Yeah, that'd be pretty cool." So I told him, I said, "Well, maybe this afternoon we get done, we'll go downriver or whatever, go upriver a little bit, see if we can't find them." And then we proceeded to our fishing spot, and we're sitting there fishing. And like I said, when we pulled up, me and Chad's first instinct were, "The hell, them guys doing? They're on the wrong side of the river. They ain't gonna catch shit over there." So we throw anchor. We're in our usual spot, and Chad tells me, he says, "I think that old Forks guy." I said, "You sure?" I says, "Yeah." So I pulled the binoculars out, and like, sure enough, that's Stoney. I'm like, "Hey, Stoney, it's me, Darren, the guy you gave the information to." And you're like, "Hey, I may need your help." I said, my first words out of my mouth were, "Yep, you're gonna need help. The fish are on this side of the river."
Yep.
He said, no, I don't have a prop. My prop fell off. And you told us, he said, "I'll go ahead and fish, and when you're ready, just let us know." And I said, that's not right. And I told my buddy Chad, I said, "Let's just pull anchor and go help him out." He said, "Yeah, that's the right thing to do. Let's do it." So we did, and towed you back to the dock, and you tried to give us some money, and I told him no, and gave us tried to give us some tackle for the catfish floats. I said, "Hell yeah, I'll take those." So yeah, and it's been going ever since.
Yeah, he towed us back to the dock, and I put on the trailer real quick, got the other prop, put the other prop back on, and we went back out.
Yep. And then now you catch fish up there in that spot, don't you?
We do. We're on the right side of the river, and we fished the side that you were on as well, but it just happened we broke down on that side and just stayed there, but we do fish that spot. We didn't know that's where you fished, but we've caught some gigantic striper in that spot this last year.
Yep.
We've had the best striper season. They were catching monster stripers. And
Coming up September again. They'll be starting to come up again. So when I start fishing for them.
Yeah, so definitely learned something. So that's what it's all about. This is why I love the fishing world. When you connect with the right people, you can make some lifelong friendships. And I don't have a big circle of friends. I have a lot of acquaintances and some very close friends. And as you can see, Darren and I have hit it off, and he's there in the studio doing our thing. And of course, the striper sniper Anthony Sparks is kind of the same thing. I met Anthony on the river during salmon season, and was just started Old Farts fishing and just throwing out shirts and stickers to people. And I said, just say, "Hey, Old Farts fishing," and here comes this guy with his family in the boat and says, "Hey, Old Farts fishing," and I throw him a couple shirts.
There you go.
And we got our lines all tangled up together, and some things don't change. They still get things tangled up together.
Yep.
But Anthony and I are now great friends, and so it's good stuff. And yeah.
Yeah, we met when I fell flat on my face at Richmond Bar and Grill while you were filming your video.
Oh, yeah, I remember that too. This old guy tripped, almost fell in the water.
Oh, no. And you didn't push him.
Not this time, not yet. I still got one opportunity to push him.
Yeah.
Well, that's about it. We went overtime. I went from squeezing time, told a story. Now we're overtime.
Yep.
Definitely appreciate you guys. I don't think I'm having a fishing trip this weekend. I actually have a really cool thing we're doing. I'm actually going to Darren's house for a barbecue
Yep.
with Team Sift, and I'm hoping my buddy Anthony is going to be able to get out there. And you told me you were coming. You better show up.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna barbecue up some tri-tips, play some cornhole, and maybe a little horseshoes. I don't quite have the horseshoe pits set up, but we can throw them. Yeah, it'll be a good time. Food. Wife wants to do a little art thing with the women, like she loves to do. So, making some tie-dye shirts, I think.
That sounds like a blast. So it's going to be a good time. But friendship, fishing, that's all it's all about. Appreciate all you guys. I'm hoping to make some great friendships with you. And again, Warren and Dave Mayo met these guys through catfishing, and here we are going to Gold Beach and fishing together for some big old salmon. So we'll keep that train running.
Yep. Good friends, good people, good fishing.
Yep. So I'm going to do something different. Darren, close us out. Let's end this thing. What do you got to say?
I just want to tell everybody, enjoy your fishing time. You don't know how much time you got left. You never know. So just be safe out there on the water and have fun.
Perfect. Thank you guys for calling in. We will see you next week with another episode of A Minute with Stony Stone. And tight lines, everybody, and we'll chat soon. Peace out. All right.